So I have been in like 2 interracial relationships, and there is things I have noticed that are a little common when it comes to white men. So today I'll be talking about, or we will be talking about, a few things Black women should know before entering into an interracial relationship with a white man. Let's get into it right now. When you are in a relationship with a white man, even though you are together, people will automatically assume that you are not together. I don't know if you understand that. They look at you and they assume that, oh, there's no way she's with him. You know, it's just a weird thing. I've seen people give Ted the side eye, like, are they together? Are they not together? So people will automatically assume, because they haven't yet registered at the back of their mind that Black and white can be together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you are dating a white man, be prepared for that. Even when you are married, they will automatically assume that there is no way she's with him.
Yeah, well, I can completely relate to that from experience. Typically, like when we're in a line, maybe ordering food or something like that, like at a food cart, or paying somewhere to register or whatever, like, you know, where I would pay for both of us, but for a second, the cashier or whoever kind of gives us a look like, you're with him?
Yeah.
Oh, you're paying for her.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I see. You know, and it's like, well, yeah, this is my wife, you know.
Yeah.
May I introduce her to you? Here are rings. Do you believe us?
And we are clearly standing together. So it's
Right.
kind of weird that they still do that.
Right. So, I mean, a tip maybe to make sure that they understand that you're together is just be making out in the line before you get up to the cash register, so there's no question that, you know, the two of you are an item.
Yeah. So the second thing is, well, this one is actually mainly for us Black women. When you are with a white man, some will question your Black card. Like, are you Black enough? Like, are you with us or against us? It's just something that I have dealt with personally, where someone's like, oh, you're with a white guy. Oh, you've gone to that side. I'm like, what side is it? Like, I'm just married to a man. What side is it? Like, there is no side. Like, relax. Oh, you are gone. Even where I live, they're like, oh, there's no Black people there. I'm like, you haven't even seen the state. There's Black people here. Oh, you've gone. I'm like, whoa, what is going? Have you guys like dealt with this? For my sisters that are in a relationship with white men, have you dealt with that? So anyway, that is something you need to keep in mind. When you are in a relationship with a white man, some will question if you are Black enough. I promise you, I'm Black enough. I mean, Black runs through my vein. I'm never going to be any other color. I'm just married to a man of a different race. The same blood flows through him that flows through me. You can never question my Black card. Like, literally, I'm the blackest person you can find. You know, what are you talking about?
As if, you know, my pale skin is going to somehow like draw out all that melanin and make her less Black.
Yeah, you know,
it's crazy.
I represent for my people, and I always represent for my people. And my husband knows where I stand when it comes to certain things, certain issues. So there is no way you can ever question, you know, my Black card.
Isn't that actually kind of like that one comment that we got from that guy who said something like,
oh, which one? Was it on TikTok? Oh,
yeah, I think it was on TikTok, and he left this comment on this video of ours that said something to the effect of, directing it at my wife.
It's like, oh, you left, you went into the big house, huh? So pretty much I left the fields.
You left the fields and went into the big house.
Why would you even say that about your own people?
Because she's with this white man.
Yeah, why would you say that about our people? Like, why would you say we've left the fields? And like, it's insane. I think that is the raciest thing anyone can say.
Wow.
If that's even a word. Like, that is so mean. And I'm like, why would you say that about our people, saying that, oh, we've left the field? So are you insinuating that our people are in the field? Like, it's insane. I think anyone who thinks like that or has that kind of mentality is just the most ignorant person ever. You know, that has ever walked the face of the earth. Like, literally, you should change your way of thinking if you want to go forward in life. You know, there is no way I will ever lose my Black at the end of the day.
No.
So you keep that in mind, that people will question that, because I have experienced it. They've questioned me so many times on our videos, the comment that they leave. You know, I've seen it all. So the third thing I would say to you, Black woman looking to go into a relationship with a white man, is keep in mind that just because he is white doesn't mean he is not biased. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not sure if you get it. Like, if you are in a relationship with a man, he might love you, he might care for you, but he might have a hatred against our race when it comes to our Black brothers. A lot of people exist who have that type of heart. They care for you. They think that, oh, you are good enough to fit into their little box. But when it comes to anyone else in your race, they can't stand them. Keep in mind, such people are actually low-key racist. So if you meet anyone like that, I will advise you to run, because eventually when you have a child and they're going to love that child, your child will be black. So would your significant other or the person that you are with understand that, okay, my child is black and that child needs to be loved? You know what I mean? Maybe they have a thing just for you and they will not be open-minded enough to love anyone else around you or people of your race.
That's a good point, actually, and that's kind of a sneaky one. I'm not sure very many people would even have considered that.
Yeah.
But it really is a very excellent point and something to keep in mind. You can observe how people are.
Yeah.
I would say when they're with their friends. We put on a mask with family sometimes not, but masks with family, I would say more than friends. When you're with your close friends, you're going to be who you really are.
Yes.
So are his white friends comfortable making racist jokes and using racial slurs? And does your boyfriend kind of chuckle right along with them, even though he's with you?
Yeah.
It's kind of an insidious little detail, but a very important one that'll probably start to manifest itself later on in your relationship in ways that you won't want to face as you become more comfortable together.
I haven't seen that part. Grateful for that. But it's things that I've seen other people experience, and hence I know it can happen as well. Something else you need to know before going into a relationship with a white man is sometimes he might not understand the black experience. Listen, we have gone through stuff. We have dealt with so much. Our ancestors have dealt with it, and as a result, we are still dealing with it. And these are conversations that we will constantly have on this channel because they are things that exist, that existed, that other people even are still experiencing racism and stuff like that. So keep in mind that if you are with a white guy or are planning to be with a white guy, he might not understand your experiences. He might not understand when you tell him that someone made racist jokes, about me, about my family, about my friends. He might not understand that. So one thing I would say is to be with somebody, or if you plan on being with somebody, make sure that that person is open-minded enough to wanting to learn about your experiences. That person is open-minded enough and wants to be a part of who you are, a part of every single thing that you've dealt with, and it's willing to sympathize with you, it's willing to speak up for you, it's willing to be with you and to help you go through those experiences that will come later on in your life, or else you will feel like you are standing alone in your relationship.
Yeah, and any white man obviously can't be expected to completely understand the black experience because it just isn't their realm. But the key is, are they willing and open-minded enough to be able to eagerly learn these things because he loves you?
And it's important that you are with someone who speaks up. If you find yourself in a place where the conversation is not really good and is belittling to our people, your partner should be able to stand up and speak up for you. You know what I mean?
And one thing I would like to add to this really quickly is that if you're having trouble introducing your white boyfriend to some of these concepts about some of the experiences that you've had and that your race has had, I'm encouraged these days to note that Hollywood is actually putting out a lot more movies these days centered around the black experience. They're really starting to emphasize your experiences, whereas before it used to be really just kind of a minimized issue.
Another thing you should know before entering into a relationship with a white man is that you will first of all learn about white privilege, okay? It exists, it's a thing. I have seen it firsthand. I've gone places with Ted where they will not even look at me in the eye. And I'm the one having a conversation with them, and they are looking at him for answers, and I'm like, how disrespectful is that? If it wasn't because Ted is who he is, and Ted gives me room to shine and to be who I am meant to be honest with you, I don't think I would have been able to withstand being around that. It's been some of the hardest things for me to even have to experience. You go places, you don't ask him, what would you like? And then they'll probably ignore you and come back to you later. And I've told him sometimes, I'm like, I don't like it here. I don't like the way they are looking at me. I don't like the way they are behaving. I don't like the way they are not serving. I'm saying, do you notice that person did that? And they are having a conversation and they are literally only looking at him. So they are literally telling you don't exist. We only have a conversation with our kind.
Yeah, well, I have to just put this in here right now. White privilege is a real thing for me, and my greatest white privilege is that I'm married to this beautiful black woman right here. That's my greatest
Oh, it's
privilege. But in all seriousness, this is actually related to the last point that my wife brought up, and that is your white boyfriend open to learning about the Black experience? And this was one of those things that at first I didn't notice was happening because it wasn't happening to me, and I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until Veronica would mention, do you see how this waiter is, treating the two of us, and obviously like standing almost to the side of me and looking at you as if I don't exist.
Yeah.
And it's not just, a waitress who's maybe like kind of interested in me, and so she's like trying to like shine up on me romantically like that. It's not that. It's male waiters, and not just in the restaurant, being out and about in town doing various things. And my wife even had an experience in a retail store where she was specifically called out to have her bags checked and make sure she had a receipt when everybody else just kind of went through and were let right out the doors, and there was not a second glance to them.
Exactly. That I remember that experience vividly because I was the only Black person in that store.
Well, and the important thing to note here is that I actually had stepped out of the store a couple of minutes before she did. So the thing is if I had been next to her, I can virtually guarantee you that they wouldn't have asked to look at her bags.
No, they would not.
But again, that's just emphasizing what you're saying.
And I haven't really spoken up about that when I've found myself in those situations, but I plan on doing it. If God forbid I experience it again, man, that person will get it. They would know about themselves. Like, literally. I'm not praying that it happens again, but they will know about themselves because it is so disrespectful to feel like you are invisible. And not invisible because they can't see you, but invisible because they think that you're...
They choose not to see you,
and they diminishes your race. It is it's so disrespectful. But I will let you guys know if it ever happens again. Pray it doesn't, because if it happens, they will see the other side of Vero.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, you don't want to see that side of her. Trust me. The wrath of Vero.
The wrath of Vero,
Well, actually, this was illuminating for me, and they were excellent talking points.
Yeah, it's I mean, if I knew this before, getting together with Ted,
she would have run for the hills.
No, I wouldn't have run, but I would have been prepared.
Yeah.
I would have been best prepared for certain situations.
You didn't have Ted and Vero TV to help you along with these issues.
Exactly. So I'm just grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful being able to share about my experiences, and perhaps it can help somebody.
Yeah.
And if you have any advice and that you think can also help somebody, drop it in the comment below. But again, thank you guys so much for watching our videos. We appreciate you. Subscribe today, share our videos, and encourage somebody to subscribe and watch our videos. Thank you so much, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Did I say subscribe already?
Subscribe. I'll say it again. Subscribe. We're going to the top, and you're going to come with us. So
yes, thank you so much for our loyal followers. Oh my God, we are so grateful for you. But again, thank you for watching today's video, and we will see you next time on another video.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.